Hello, my dear friends. Come on into the kitchen with me because I'm working away on our 12 days of Christmas cookies. And we have finally gotten to one of my favorite cookies that I remember my grandma Paula making a lot. And she called them, Grandma Paula's sand tarts. She called them sand tarts. I added the Grandma Paula. But I know everybody in the world has eaten this cookie. Some people call it a wedding cookie. Some people call it a sandy. What are some more names, Teresa, that you might know this by? But anyway, it's that little white, like a shortbread cookie rolled in powdered sugar as soon as it comes out of the oven. So y'all know what I'm talking about, kiddies. You know what I'm talking about. And it's as good as any shortbread cookie you'll ever eat. So I have 2 sticks of butter here in my bowl, and I don't substitute my butter. I use the real deal. Let's see, what did Grandma used to do? Okay, my 2 sticks of butter. There's really not very many ingredients in this cookie, and I think that's probably, y'all, what makes it so dadgum good. So I've got confectionate sugar, and I'm gonna beat that with my butter. Now this is for, that's flour, powdered sugar for rolling them in. And the flour is for me to dip my fingers in. So these delicious cookies won't stick to my fingers. Because you know I do hate to have to lick my fingers. Listen, I'm as happy to lick these as I am the beaters and the bowl lady. What was your favorite Christmas cookie, Eddie, that your mama used to make?
I think my favorite was the like the egg white.
Oh, the meringues.
Meringue cookies, yeah.
And you know what? They're not fattening. And they're actually good for you because it doesn't have the yolk in it. And egg whites, they have no calories. But I'm sure your mama put a little sugar in them, didn't she?
Oh, yeah.
And did you like anything in your meringues?
Yes, she would put chocolate chips and raisins sometimes.
Oh my goodness, I've never had one with raisins.
It's good.
Yum. All right, I'm gonna add our vanilla. And I'm gonna be pretty generous with this vanilla because I really, really like it. In fact, if you are looking for a hostess gift, or you just want to remember somebody that's in your Sunday school class, or the ladies you played bridge with, let me tell you a gift that is so easy to make and so appreciated. It's homemade vanilla. And you can make it using either bourbon or vodka. And depending on the kind of bottle you make it in, maybe 5 to 7 pods of vanilla, and you just split it down the center, and then take a knife and just scrape out all the gooey center to those beans. Put it over in the liquor of your choice, and then stick the beans down in there. But here's the deal, though. You need to start making it like today. Because if you could let it sit for 2 months, that would be just about perfect. But you put that in a neat jar and put a bow around it. I would be so happy for somebody to give me homemade vanilla. All right, so that's the story, Morning Glory, on that little bit of information. Now I'm just gonna add my flour, and we're using all-purpose. I love a cookie with very few ingredients. I like Neema's Christmas cookies that I made earlier, but boy, Heidi, it really did have everything but the kitchen sink in it. But they were delicious. Okay, so we just want to incorporate this real good. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. So, you know, let me hear from y'all. I would love to know what y'all's favorite Christmas cookies are, or cookies made at Christmas time that you remember your mother or your grandmother making for you. I'd love to hear from y'all on that.
What were the boys' favorite?
You know, it's funny, but when my boys were young, they didn't care too much for sweets. Isn't that strange? Of course, they love those Two Brothers chocolate gobs that I've talked about. But no, they weren't real big on sweets, so. All right. I'm gonna flour up my hands. And I'm gonna get about a tablespoon. Okay, I think maybe I got a little bit more than a tablespoon. So, Grandma called these sand tarts. I meant crescent sand tarts. So she always made hers. I still think that's a little big. So we're gonna shape them like a piece of the moon. How does that look, Eddie?
Looks good. This reminds me of the Greek cookie.
I'm gonna redo him
doing it crescent.
Huh?
The Greek people, they make cookies like that in the crescent.
Oh, they do?
Like this out of the with the powdered sugar and.
Yes. Now you can make them in any shape you want to. I normally make them in balls just because it's easier. It's faster. Ooh, that's more than a moon right there. That's a big one. All right, y'all. So I did these in different shapes to just show you. Teresa's mother, this is in honor of Teresa's mother. She made them into fingers because it was easier than making a crescent. So we've got some
lady fingers.
Lady fingers, yeah. Yeah, lady fingers. And I did some in crescent for Grandma. I did a couple without nuts because Teresa just likes the taste of that shortbread. And then I did some in balls. And 9 out of 10 times, this is the shape that I made mine in. Again, because it was easier. So in the oven, these go, y'all, for 40 minutes at 270, I believe it is. Isn't it, Teresa, 270? Yes, okay, these magical cookies are out of the oven, y'all. And I did wind up cooking them for 40 minutes. You want one, don't you, Maxie? You want a cookie, don't you? He said, I smell something good, Mama. You know, it's best to sift your powdered sugar because sometimes it's just can be lumpy and you like it pretty and fine, you know, for your cookies. So we're just gonna roll these cookies. And I was just telling Eddie and Teresa, you know, I think I'm a simplest, not a simple ton, but a simplest. I kind of just like the round cookies, you know, like you think of wedding cookies. And look at these, my crescents. God, they wound up being big.
That's a good treat.
Yeah. That's for the kiddies. It's been extra good.
That would be me.
What, did you get, a finger or a crescent, Teresa?
Oh, I got that crescent that had nothing on it.
Oh yeah, your nutless one.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Although the crescents are right pretty, aren't they? All right, we'll do one of Teresa's fingers. Now the fingers would be easier to eat, you know? Just slap down on that thing. Michael Groover could eat this whole tray by himself.
Eddie's getting pretty close too.
Oh, now Gus, you smell something good, don't you? Look at these pitiful hungry dogs, Eddie. Say, I'm so hungry. Uh-oh, that one broke in too. That's perfect. I'd love to give y'all some, but I don't think that's really especially good for you.
I think that they heard the word cookie way too many times today.
Say, give me that damn cookie. I've heard you talk about it all day. Ooh, these are big crescents. So the dough, y'all, is really not that sweet. So you have to have the powdered sugar so you'll know that you've had a cookie. Something delectable and sweet. And I will probably, y'all, wound up running these through the powdered sugar twice. Cause see, at that first time it almost melts. It almost melts the powdered sugar because you're still warm. So I'll just go back and redust those. Just like that. On most of my things it says one time. Very rarely do I just do it one time. Like, I don't think you've ever tasted my little bite-sized cakes, Eddie. The lemon blossoms.
We need to make those.
The lemon blossoms and the orange blossoms. Oh my goodness. You bake them in miniature muffin tins. And then it said to drop them down into this powdered sugar sweet glaze. And I always did those twice. And you talking about good? We ought to make some of those one day.
We will. I'm adding that to the recipe list.
Oh, okay.
As we speak.
Because you talking about easy and delicious.
And I mean, bite size, perfect.
Bite size, perfect, as long as you have about 6 of them.
Exactly.
What was that little pecan? Have we ever made that? You remember when
The
we
pecan
were?
muffins.
Yes.
Yeah, the mini ones, yes.
Have we ever made them for a show?
I don't think so. We've, let's see, I know we've made them like on some of your, you know, like Shop HQ, I think.
Oh yes, we did. We did. In the air fryer.
They're so good.
Those are delicious. And Eddie and I was in Americus, Georgia. We were down there to do something for Mr. Jimmy, President Jimmy Carter. And
we stayed at this
At this-
beautiful hotel.
an old hotel
Downtown.
in Americus. Americus, Georgia is such a quaint, little, beautiful place.
Paul, I think this is a good one too. I just got an email from a woman by the name of Karen Runk, and she would like us
Karen
to...
Runk.
I think that's how you would say her last name. I could be
How's
killing
it
it.
spelled?
Runk.
Right.
She was saying that she would love if we would do some things that could end up being like care package type foods.
Oh my
Her
gosh,
family
yes.
is in the military, and they do. So that would
Oh.
be fabulous, wouldn't it?
Yes.
So Karen, that too is coming.
Any of the things that we've done today, I mean, this is a delicate cookie right here, but you know, it depends on how you pack them. Now, if you did them all like this, those would pack up so beautifully. I know when my Bubba moved out to Missouri, I would send him care packages of my homemade cookies. And oh my gosh, he enjoyed them so much, and he loved taking them into work, you know, and sharing his cookies with all his buddies. One of his favorites was my peanut butter cookie and my extra thin chocolate chip cookie. In fact, Michael was telling me last night, he said, you know, we had made those cornflake cookies. And I said, Michael, this might be my favorite new cookie. My new favorite cookie. And he said, oh no, Paula. He said, your thin and crispy chocolate chip cookie is like no other. Isn't that a beautiful tray of cookies, y'all? This one's hard to beat.
I know.
Hard
I have a
to
lot
beat.
of cookies on there that are hard to beat.
You know what? It doesn't taste too far off of the cornflakes.
Yeah.
No, it's got that same familiar taste. So, what do we have four cookies right now. So we got 8 more to go. Look at this beautiful tray of cookies. We got Cousin Johnny's whoopie pies. We've got Grandma Paul's sand tart. We've got Mima's kitchen sink cookies, which are good without that chocolate on them too. So you can fix them 2 different ways. And these are those wonderful cornflake cookies that are right there on the top of my list. So, you know what? Next year, I would like to ask y'all what y'all's favorite Christmas cookie is, and send it in to me and let me make your favorite. Okay? Is that a deal? Love and best dishes, y'all. Make all your dreams be sweet. Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.